Hi everyone, welcome to this slightly delayed review discussion video of not the GTA Definitive Edition trilogy as a whole. We'll maybe talk a wee bit about that in this quick video, but more exclusively on Grand Theft Auto 3, the Definitive Edition. Sam already covered Vice City in his review for the website, and I had the luxury of playing through GTA 3, and I thought I just wanted to get some quick thoughts out of it, even though it's been almost a month since the trilogy dropped, and obviously so much drama has happened since then. I just wanted to get my thoughts out on effectively the first time I played through the game and what I kind of think about the drama and where the game is now. So GTA 3 is a game that I played at a really young age. I remember playing it with my sister and my dad. Kind of like a lot of games at the time, never actually playing the story, more just putting the tank, cheating, going around causing chaos. And that was pretty much the extent of my experience with GTA 3. I'd never played through it. I don't think I ever got past the first mission, maybe the first one just so we could run about, but I never played the story. So in some regards, the Definitive Edition was quite a refreshing idea to me, because it was okay, this is now, I'm at the age that I will sit and finish a game, and now I can experience GTA 3. Obviously I know that it's this legendary title and it started, it's effectively what brought us open world games as we know it today. So it was really exciting, and I was going to start with GTA 3, go for it with Vice City and San Andreas. And it took me about 8 hours to get through GTA 3. I'll be honest, I did rush through it for reasons that aren't great. So right off the bat, what everyone's been talking about, and pretty much the entire focus point of the trilogy in many regards, is the visuals. How did GTA 3 Definitive Edition look? Pretty bad in some ways, but also okay in others. It's been a complicated month for GTA. I remember when it first came out and the reception was just getting out of control how bad this was. And I was kind of defending it in some regards. I wasn't too harsh on it. I was like, look, it looks weird, but in other ways, it kind of looks quite nice at night when the lighting system looks really great. And the first couple of hours, I was happy with it. I was impressed with the visual. Okay, maybe not impressed, but I was satisfied with the visual style, and I thought it fit quite well. The character models didn't bother me too much. It does look like Simpsons Hit and Run, but to me, it kind of looked charming. But with that said, the more I played the game, the more I grew to hate it. The visual style, that is. The game kind of as well. Mainly, I think the first one was the rain, which I believe has been patched now. I got to note this, that there was a big patch for the entire trilogy that came out, I think, end of last week or mid last week. I've not played GTA 3 since that patch came out. I've not played the game since I beat it, which was a couple of weeks ago. It should take me that long to get around to making this video. But the rain in particular gave me a migraine. And with that said, the performance on PlayStation 5, no less, was abysmal. Shockingly abysmal. It's the worst part of this trilogy. GTA 3 in particular has constant stutter, frame rate drops almost no matter what you're doing. And as well, audio glitches, but not like what you'd expect. Some of the audio sounds crystal clear, like they've went back and remastered the audio, and then some of it sounds like they've just ripped it from the PS2 game and it sounds awful. And stuff like that, it's just really odd. And I think that's what kind of the general consensus of this trilogy is now, even if you're like, oh, I'm having fun with it. It's lazy. It is so lazy. I know Grove Street Games are a tiny team, and I can't put all the blame on them. It's Rockstar. It's just Rockstar being Rockstar yet again, in that regards. But putting that to the side, the gameplay, GTA 3, I compared it to Simpsons Hit and Run earlier, and I know it's a hit and run game after, I'm not insane, but it is charming in the fact how simple it is just do this mission, next, do this mission, hit this car, kill this person. There's like no nuance to it. Yes, you got the cutscenes and stuff like that, but compared to like how GTA became, even with San Andreas, how the missions got a bit more complicated and there was like multiple steps. This is very just do this, do this, do this, game's over. And in some ways that is refreshing and it's charming to have a game like that. But because the game is, it's 20 years old, some of the missions are infuriating. Thank goodness there's checkpoints now, so when you die, you just go back to the start of the mission rather than having to drive all the way to the mission. But that doesn't mean some of the missions are not god-awful and make you want to go insane. That does not mean that at all. They still remain. And there will be times you're going insane playing this game, at least I did. And it was maybe a bad idea to play this first, because Vice City, which is a game I was really excited to play, and a game that I know Sam loved from I've started it, and I'm enjoying it and I love the vibe. But I'm just like, I didn't enjoy playing GTA 3 in those last 4 or 5 hours, that much, I was just like, okay, I want to see the end of this to get through it and say I've done it. Is that the mark of a good game, that I'm rushing through it? Is that the game, or is that the remaster? I don't know the answer to that, to be honest, which is why I really struggled to give a review for this, because GTA 3 is GTA 3 and this definitive edition is GTA 3 but newer and uglier. Although it's taken me a month to decide that. If you asked me 4 weeks ago, is GTA 3 definitive edition good? I'd be like, yeah, I'm happy with it. Now I hate it. I really hate this entire trilogy almost. I've dabbled with Vice City for a couple of hours. I've looked at San Andreas, and Vice City looks the best out of all of them because it fits this style. But it's just such a shame. It's such a shame. We've had so many good remakes and remasters. Honestly, too many to even list them off. But this game. I know some of this is not a remake, and that was probably my defense 3 or 4 weeks ago. So, it's not a remake, it's a remaster. But then, why is it not a remake? You know what I mean? Like, if it's a remaster, just upscale the graphics to 1080p or 4K and put it out. Don't even bother. I mean, effectively, I know it's becoming a ramble, although it's not a remake and it is a remaster, it kind of is a remake. You know, a remaster to me is like Devil May Cry HD trilogy. Those HD trilogies we used to get. The Metal Gear Solid HD trilogy is a good example. To my knowledge, that was just a kind of upscaling of the game. I'm sure there's a bit more. I'm making it sound like it's a bloody weekend job, but there's more to it than that. But if you put Metal Gear Solid on PS2 by side on the PS3 version or the Xbox version, it looks the same but upscaled. That's a remaster. A remake is your Spyro the Dragon remake, Crash Bandicoot, where they're taking these assets, completely remaking them, which is what they've done with GTA. But me at the time and other people were defending it as, oh, it's a remaster, not a remake. This is a remake. It's just a really lazy one that's making us think it's a remaster, and there's no issue with remasters. I'm all for a remaster. If you can get an old game on a new console, do it. Just not like this. So yeah, it's a real shame. Do we want to see Rockstar do more? Been calling for a bully remake or remaster for years now. This is what it's going to look like. Just leave it, please. Do not touch it. Don't touch Red Dead 1 either. And it seems Rockstar are in damage control. Mainly for the PC, because the PC went offline for like 5 days, so they're giving out free copies of the original. Switch owners, PlayStation owners, Xbox owners, these are just like, deal with it. You'll get your updates, deal with it. I think it would be a goodwill gesture to everyone, especially Switch owners who have only, this is their only GTA game. I think I know that's an entirely different port, the original versions of the game should be put on every console, given away for free to buyers, because this is just, it's disappointing. So that's kind of my quick rambling thoughts. That was meant to be just in GTA 3 and it kind of evolved into the whole definitive edition, but just to say GTA 3, I think you will get fun out of it, but it really tested my patience a lot of the time. And I will go back to Vice City, especially now that they are putting these updates out. I'm just curious if they're going to update the graphical style in any way, which I'm not sure if they will. It's just a shame from Rockstar, but go check out Sam's review of Vice City on the website. And yeah, just make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully these games get the treatment they deserve.